The thing with drug dealing is that for me, it's an addiction in itself. You know, I don't, out there, drugs can be pretty expensive, and, I didn't want to have to pay for them. Being an addict, I want instant gratification. I'm impatient. I want what I want. I want to have all the drugs. I want to have all the money. And so drug dealing just seemed like an easy, simple solution to get into in order to get what I want, in order to get all the drugs. And, never have to worry about how I'm going to get them, just always be able to have them. But, it was really tough, because every single move I made was dictated by, getting, using, finding ways and means to get more. It's like my whole life was controlled by the drug dealing, and, I just was in this vicious cycle, And, looking back at it now, it was kind of like gambling, I think those two are kind of closely related because it's always like a risk when you're trying to, you got risk by the law, it is illegal. You got risk by, am I going to get ripped off? There's a risk of, am I going to just use all the drugs myself and then have to owe the drug dealer money and then look at getting, beat up? Or it's a very dangerous thing, When I was in it, I did not see those things because I just wanted to feel good and I was under the influence, and it seemed like it was just so easy, and I just, it was just an easy thing to do. But now I see that, with anything I do, I gotta put in some work. I gotta be patient and not always look for that instant gratification. Right now I'm looking at, schoolwork. I'm going to school and getting a career, and I see that I gotta put forth the work in order to, get to where I wanna be in life. So I think the instant gratification was a huge part of the drug dealing, and it can still carry over into my life today and become a manifestation of my addiction. I've stolen, in recovery, and that is sort of the same form, where I just want what I want. I don't want to pay for anything. I want something for free, So I think the solution really is to take a step back and, see that things involve work. And we can't always go down the easy route, because eventually it's going to come around, and bite us in the ass. All the money I made from drug dealing, I took it to Amsterdam and I spent $3,500, I spent all my money, and 2,000 of that was on, paraphernalia, which got confiscated at U.S. Customs on the way back. So everything I ever made drug dealing, I lost it. I ended up losing it. And, there's such a thing as karma, And, just people go to jail. I know a lot of people that have gone to jail, for drug dealing, and it's a dangerous thing, So I don't recommend it for anybody. And I recommend, looking into career options, looking into a real job, That was something for me. I never thought about a career or a real job when I was drug dealing, because I thought that that was the answer. I thought that I could make a career out of it. But trust me, you can't make a career out of it unless you really want to compromise, values and morals, because if you go deeper into it, I've seen people that make millions on dealing cocaine, but they're killing people on the street, And if that's really where you want to, that's a career in drug dealing, you know. But for me, that wasn't an option. I couldn't get to that level. But I wanted to just, you know, do marijuana. But again, you can't make as much on marijuana as you can on cocaine. So, and in turn, I ended up being my best customer. You know, I smoked everything away. So it just doesn't work. You know, that's at least my experience, is drug dealing doesn't work, you know, and so I had to find a career path.